Good morning. This is Keloland on the go with all you need to know news and weather as you start your day.
Police say the juvenile suspect they believe to be involved with Saturday night shooting in Rapid City is now in custody.
Officers arrived near West Main Street and Jackson Boulevard just after 9:30 Saturday night.
The shooting victim was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, which they later died from.
A Montana woman is dead and 2 others are hurt following a head-on crash west of Rapid City Thursday morning.
Officers say 2 people were headed west inside of a pickup truck on Sheridan Lake Road near the intersection of Boulder Hill Road. The truck went over the median while going down an icy hill and crashed head-on into an SUV.
51-year-old Margot Lee Howard was inside the pickup and died from her injuries. The crash is being investigated by the South Dakota Highway Patrol.
Hanukkah is off and running. The Chabad Jewish Center of South Dakota kicked off the celebration with an event in Sioux Falls on Sunday.
Organizers say it was still important to celebrate the holiday after hearing about the mass shooting at a Hanukkah event in Australia.
This is an unspeakable horror, and we're not going to let it dampen our spirits this holiday season.
Hanukkah started Sunday evening and runs until December 22nd.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right, good morning. As we watch our weather today warming up, that's our top headline for this afternoon. Temperatures are back into the 30s, 40s, even 50s. And looking at that weather forecast in Rapid City, even 60 degrees later today. Sioux Falls melting some snow with that high at 34. Coming up, we're going to take a closer look at the weather patterns for the week and what could end up being a very strong wind event for us going into Wednesday night and Thursday. I'll explain details in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Brian. The Abbott House strives to fill gaps in services for young people who have experienced trauma in their lives.
Now, with an expansion project to their Rapid City location, more kids will get the care they deserve.
We really wanted to ensure that, and as we continue to grow, that there are both psychiatric treatment, substance abuse, and really crisis opportunities, crisis care opportunities for children wherever they're needed.
Abbott House is expected to fill both houses soon and will begin the extended services at the beginning of the new year.
A popular summer music festival is returning for its second year, but at a new location in Sioux Falls. Lolly Cooler, which took place last year or earlier this year at Great Bear Ski Valley, is moving to Sioux Falls Stadium next year.
Digital reporter Marissa Brunkhorst spoke to some of the festival's organizers about the change and what the lineup for next year might look like. That's online at Keloland.com.
And speaking of Great Bear Ski Valley, they took advantage of the cold weekend by making more snow.
Great Bear was closed Sunday in order to run its snow guns. They expect the additional snow will allow them to open all of their runs this week, along with the Kirby Family Tubing Park.
Repairs were also made to the beginner area conveyor lift. Great Bear encourages skiers and snowboarders to check their website for updates on hours and trail status.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get another check of your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, and the weather forecast getting a little warmer as we go into the early part of the week. We've got that on schedule here for today. Temperatures are likely to be at least into the low 30s from Aberdeen to Sioux Falls, and we're going to pick up 60 this afternoon in Rapid City. Add to that, too, some sunshine, which is helpful, makes it feel pretty nice out there. Now, tomorrow, well, a couple things here. We're going to warm up. Let's dive into the details here. We'll first start with, again, today, the hourlies here. We're getting into the upper 40s in Rapid City by midday, and we're quickly off into the upper 50s, I think, this afternoon. Sioux Falls, 34 is pretty respectable. Tonight, not too bad. It looks like a lot of us will start off in the morning in the upper 20s and low 30s. Might be a sprinkle or two on radar, depending on these clouds that spill in from the northwest. But this is Pacific air. This is mild air, and it really is going to feel that way, too. We're going to look at those highs near 40 in Sioux Falls. Even Aberdeen will probably be near at least 40, if not a little bit above that mark. And it's going to get even warmer getting into Wednesday. In fact, we bring in probably by late Wednesday a little bit more of an organized chance of showers. But ahead of that, this south wind is really going to do the trick here. We'll warm as much as we can in Sioux Falls with as much snow as we've got on the ground, mid-40s for likely just south of Sioux Falls during the afternoon. We'll paint the map there green. Those are those showers that are coming in Wednesday night. And then The big story after that is all this wind, and there's going to be a lot of it going into Thursday. It'll at least be 50 to 60 miles an hour, and the temperature is going to be dropping on Thursday. And we're going to get at least a chance of light snow. That's an unknown. We'll see how much snow we get going into Thursday afternoon, but any amount of wind or any amount of snow that is with that wind forecast, that's problematic. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, even an inch of snow would be a huge difference. We'll see what happens. I would encourage you to keep watching the forecast. We'll get a better idea on that as we go through the week. There are the winds today, not a problem. Tomorrow, they're northwest, probably 20 to 40 or 20 to 35 in Aberdeen in the afternoon. On Wednesday, it's a south wind. That's quite a bit of wind already ahead of the low. And then behind it, that's the wind we're going to wake up to Thursday morning. Northwest of Sioux Falls, it's already 60 miles an hour, and that'll come through during the day this time. Yeah, remember the last one, the worst of that wind was at night. This time, not so lucky. Okay, and look at temperatures on Thursday afternoon. Wow, they really drop quickly like a rock, and you can bank on those wind chills feeling cold as well. We'll be in minus territory. I feel very, very confident about that. But just the question is how much snow. It's a 20% chance it's in there. That Thursday high at 28, that's a technicality. That's going to be way early in the day, probably a midnight high, and then we're going to fall all afternoon on Thursday. So don't be tricked by that. That's going to feel a lot colder than that. Aberdeen also getting a lot of cold on Thursday, but it's a quick shot. It could get back up into the 30s again by Friday. We'll see how fast this rebounds, but I'm comfortable with going 30s for the weekend. I think Pierre and Rapid will also see a rebound after this quick polar front that moves through. Today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, very mild. Rapid City near 60 all 3 days. Check out more details at KELOLAND.com.